All right, so here is our preliminary little mock-up I've been working on here a little bit. Pretty much, this is where it's gonna go. So I'll kind of show you exactly my thought process here and exactly how I'm getting this to sit here like this. As you can see, I've got a few rods here just tacked to the flange. And it's kind of propped up right now on some aluminum stands. That's the only reason is because of the weight of the turbo. But and you can see the elbow underneath there. I'll take the turbo off and so you can see it better. But so that's pretty much it. We got to build the manifold off of this. So now that these two are attached, I can pull the whole thing off and then start kind of working on fitting tubes. So let me pull this off and I'll show you the elbow and where we're going to put the wastegate and all that. All right, so you can get a little better look here of what I did. Just basically came off of here with some, this is just some solid rod. Got that at Tractor Supply. And so my theory is on this is the wastegate is going to be able to come right off of that. Okay, you can see under here. It's going to come directly out of that elbow. So as you can see, that's directly in line with the flow. So in theory, we should get pretty good wastegate priority. And I do like the fact that the wastegate's going to be more accessible because before it was up under the car, kind of like this, kind of in a weird spot, and it was kind of hard to change springs out and all that. So now this I'm gonna have probably plumbed right in this area, so it's gonna be super easy, okay, to get to the wastegate. All the plumbing, the lines, even the dump tube. See, the dump tube I can take and go maybe out that fender. There's just there's options we can do here. The only thing that I'm not super happy about is this is going to change the hood. Okay, let's go up here. I'll show you the hood. If you remember, we have that cutout on the hood right here. This was originally for the intake, okay, but now the turbo is going to sit right here, so you'll actually be able to look down this hole and see the top of the turbo. And yeah, I mean, I may have to go buy another hood. I don't know. I may not. I don't know. Maybe it'll be good for cooling. It'll cool the turbo off because the new intake is going to be pretty much coming right through this. I'll probably remove this headlight. Okay. And the turbo is kind of pointed right in this direction. So we can just put like a 4-inch tube to here, take this off, and just let the air go through it. And then, you know, if I ever do like a streetcar class or something like that, I can always just throw the you know, the light back in and plug it in. It's only what, 3 bolts, and that comes off. So, you know, we could, you know, for track days, I could take it out. For streetcar days, I can put it in. So not really a big deal, but yeah, I kind of like that placement. So probably what I'm going to go with. The manifold's going to look pretty crazy because we're going to have to come with tubes that are going to come up, over, and around, and, you know, snaking in like this, trying to get them somewhat equal length. You know, that's the goal. So I'll have to find, you know, the best way it works. I believe on 2Js, you want to run your tubes, like it doesn't matter where you start, but you want to run them in line. That way, no two cylinders are next to each other being fired at the same time. So obviously you would want, you know, 1 and 6 fire at the same time. So you'd want those on opposite ends here. At least that's what I'm thinking. I'll do some more research on that, but from what I've seen online and a lot of the manifolds I've looked at being fabricated, that's kind of the way they do it. They just do it right in line. So I guess it works better that way, but I'll double check on that. And yeah, so let me get this off of here and get it over to the bench. And I mean, yeah, this is gonna be a pretty decent process here. I've never done it, so I'm gonna have to really take my time. And I know there's ways to do it where I watched Alex on his channel. He does a great job of making manifolds, BP Autosports. When he does his mock-up, he actually makes the tube a little long. So he offsets it about, I don't know, it was like 15th thou or whatever. So that once he welds the tube shrinks a little bit and then it brings it in line. Okay, so it's a little tricky. So if you mock up your tubes and they're perfect on mock-up, you know, with just tacks, and then you go ahead and weld the whole thing, it's gonna pull it, shrink it, and it won't fit, okay? So there's gonna be some experimenting involved and all that, and I know I don't have enough tubing. You know, I've got a bunch of these short radiuses. I have a few long radiuses. Most of them are short though. Yeah, most of them are short radius. I've got some pieces that I've just cut, some shorter ones here. So yeah, this is gonna be a process. It's gonna take me some time. I probably won't finish it all in this video, but maybe I'll do a couple runners and just to kind of show y'all how I'm doing this. And yeah, then we'll go from there. So yeah, I got the first one done. I think it looks pretty good. So it's a little tough getting these to line up because you're dealing with a lot of angles and you have to really twist these and try to hold them in place and tack them. So I don't know, not too bad for my first manifold that I'm working on. So I'll take it back. I just put it on to check it to make sure we're still in the right spot. Because when I was welding it, it kind of did move a little bit. So I wanted to make sure we're still good. And it looks to be pretty good. So, all right, let me take this back off and we'll start another one. All right, so, I mean, I don't hate it. It's starting to come along. I'm not gonna lie, I've got some decent gaps in my tubing, so it's gonna be a little challenging welding it up. There's some gaps to fill, but I'm just not able to fit it perfect. I don't know how those guys do it, but I give them a lot of credit for being able to fit these tubes so good. But I got it flowing nice, like the way they kind of track each other. Like aesthetically, it's kind of pleasing to look at, you know? So I do know that these back three I'm doing are gonna be the easy ones. The front three are gonna be hard because I'm gonna be coming, let's see, number 4 is gonna be down here, okay? And that's just going to here, so that's not gonna be that hard. But number 3 has got to come over to here. So as you can see, I got to go out, down, and around, and up. So that tube is going to have to just go pretty much straight down like that, which that's pretty tight. Yeah, that's real tight. So I kind of miscalculated that, but I think it's going to be okay because it does clear it. So not by much, but it does clear. And then, yeah, I'll have to go down, come around this way and up, and then kind of I'll try to follow this same tube going this way, you know, and then do a U-turn down. This tube's going to pretty much have to go straight down. This one can come at an angle a little bit. Probably have to use a short radius here. And then these won't be too bad because I have a lot of room over here to go down and around. So yeah, I did look it up online, and you want your tubes opposite. So 6 and 1 need to be directly opposite, and then you can just follow in line. So it goes 4, 5, 6, 3, 2, 1. So that's how I'm doing it. And then I had to order another pipe for the wastegate. So, but yeah, I've only got 2 more of these left, 2 more radiuses left. So I'm gonna end the video here and we'll just call this like part 1 of the crazy turbo manifold. I'm gonna order some more of these tubes from, I get all this stuff from Ace, okay? Ace Race Parts. They ship pretty quick, so it'll be only a few days and I'll get that, and we'll keep going on this manifold. I think it's gonna turn out okay. I think it's gonna be all right. The only thing I may do, once it's built, we'll see how sturdy it is. I think it might be pretty sturdy, but if it isn't, we may have to run a support because it does sit off the front. You know, I got it pretty far forward. So there's gonna be some weight out here. So I could come off of this tube. I could come off of the motor plate with a little bracket that holds this up. You know, like I could tack a tab or weld a tab to here like this. Or off to the side here, probably off to this side where there's nothing, because right here there will be a drain line. I might weld a tab off to the side and then run like a little support bracket right there, because this is all tied together, so nothing's gonna move. It'll just help support the turbo. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm learning a lot doing this manifold on my own. I watched tons of videos online and took tons of pictures and just kind of trying to follow what everybody else does. So I have a lot of respect for all those fabricators out there. Those guys do a really good job. So anyway, that's gonna do it. I'll check you all later.